Hey guys, how's it going? Let's do a question and answer, shall we? Now, before I get started, um, question I've seen a number of different times from people trying to get into the van life situation is, if I live in my van, where do I work on it? And I'm going to give you a good example of what I do. So right now I'm parked in a light industrial area. It's about 6:30 at night, so it's relatively quiet. And if you look outside of my door, you see a building with no windows, and you see grass. And I will just bring a milk crate on there, stick my wood on there, and cut it right there. That's public property. Well, maybe, I think a couple feet from the curb is public property. So as you can see, just on the side of the road, it's a public street, and looks good to me. So I wanted to address that issue because I've been, as I've been spending more time working on my van, I'm trying to stay out of private parking lots such as Home Depot, etc. There's a Home Depot around here that I was working on my van in, and I've been there about 3 hours one day and another couple hours the next day. And what happened was, my door was open about this much. Actually, the first time it was open about this much. About that much. I don't know if you guys can see that. And this dude just looked in, and I guess he was checking to see if somebody left their door open or something by accident. And then he saw me, he goes, "Oh, there's someone in there." And he walked away. He's a security guard. And then the next day, the door was all the way open. And this guy sticks his head all the way in, another security guard. And he says, "Oh, I just wanted to check what you're doing here. I saw you here yesterday and now today, and I just want to check things out." But he stuck his head way in, like, what if I was taking a poop? Or, I wouldn't have the door open if I was taking a poop, but, a number of different things could have been happening. And in a sense, I can understand he's doing a job, and, I can't really blame him. But the other hand, it's kind of, I felt like it's a bit of an invasion of my privacy. And I basically just said, "Hey, how's it going? What's going on?" And I pretty much said it. I said it firmly, but in a nice way. And he said, "Oh, I'm just checking things out," and etc., etc. So, because of those kind of instances, I'm trying to stay on more doing my work for my van on public places that, I'm not going to get hassled by security guards. All right, another question. I believe the YouTube subscriber's name is Donald Whitehead. He's asking about solar panel. I haven't put my solar panel up yet. It's in my garage. It's like a 2-inch space between the door and the wall. I'm kind of waiting for my. I just made a fairly large purchase of items on Amazon, and one of those things is a Fantastic fan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably just going to rent a ladder from Home Depot. I might build one. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet, but renting would be a lot easier. Building one's just another thing to do right now. So if I can avoid that, I'd rather spend time on other areas of the van. Anyway, so the idea is to rent a ladder, and you get it for 24 hours for $15 up here in Vancouver, Canada. So maybe rent it at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, put my Fantastic fan in one day, and then the next morning, early afternoon, put the solar panel on as well. That way there'd be like the rental of the ladder for 2 different projects. So that's why I haven't put my solar panel on yet. And I still am working on addressing this whole battery issue in the first place. And there's a couple items that are coming from Amazon that will help me with my battery issue as well. Now, another question comes from Rhonda. Rhonda asks, what do I do about vehicle maintenance and like bringing it to the garage, and you know, if I'm living in the van and I bring my van to the mechanic, what do I do? Where am I going to sleep, etc.? Now, my plan is I got a couple ideas about this. First of all, whenever possible, I try to use like what I would call a mobile mechanic or a backyard mechanic, because they're way cheaper. And you know, I can meet him at a mall parking lot, and he can do the work. You know, he can get there at like, you know, 10 o'clock in the morning, do whatever work he needs to do, like a tune-up or whatever, and be done within a few hours. And I could just hang out in the mall while he's doing that. And then, of course, have my cell phone on me in case he needs to text me or whatever, and ask a question or make a comment. So that's one option. Now, if I needed to, if the mobile mechanic or backyard mechanic wouldn't work for some reason, another option I could do is I could, like right now in the summer, there's a university nearby, and they rent dorm rooms for $42 a night, which have access to a shared kitchen and shared bathroom and stuff. So that's fairly cheap for around here, $42 a night. Another option is to just have a tent and bring your car to the mechanic or van to the mechanic, and while they're fixing it, if it's for like a few days, you could just have a tent and bring it to a campground and camp for a couple days. And yet another option is to rent a van. I think it could be anywhere from $20 to $50 a day to rent a van, and if you're not driving it very far, it'll cost less. And then basically all you need is an air mattress or something to sleep on, and hang out, go somewhere else, and then at night you have somewhere to sleep. Now, if I needed like a major repair done, like transmission or engine rebuild or something, and it's going to take like a month or so, what I would actually do is I would buy a junkie van for about $500 or whatever, something cheap. Not really drive it, park it in a place where I can, I know I can basically leave it there the majority of the time. And then just bring a few essentials like foam for a bed, an air mattress, whatever, cooler, and whatever I need. And then just hunker down in there for a couple months until the repairs are done. Shouldn't take a couple months really, but you never know. And then once my main van is fixed, then take the junkie van and sell it. And even if I sell it for $400 and I bought it for $500, I'm only out $100. And I try to sell it for cheap, just to sell it quickly and flip it quick. So that's kind of my idea of what I would do if I had major mechanical problems. One of those strategies I think would work okay. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good night.